Your short story in the digital era: good income, MS, lifestyle creep, scattered investing, no system. Let me start with a confession that might sound uncomfortably familiar. I didn't begin my career with a perfect spreadsheet and monk-like discipline. I started with ambition, rising income, and a quiet need to feel like progress looked visible. A better phone here, a car there, dinners that felt deserved after long weeks, small subscriptions that felt harmless, and a few random, responsible investments that made me feel adult. On paper I was doing well, and yet there was a constant low hum of anxiety. I had money coming in, I did not have a system. When the gaps showed, I tried harder versions of the same thing: more income, tighter budgets, another product, until I finally admitted the truth. My results were exactly what my scattered approach was designed to produce. That's when I rebuilt everything as a system. The relief came before the returns did. And that is exactly the relief I want for you, starting now. The world you and I live in is engineered for effortless spending and thoughtless commitments. UPI taps are instant. Credit cards turn prices into points and points into illusions. MS shrink big decisions into monthly bites that feel light while the long-term commitment gets heavy. OTTs and subscriptions drip 199 rupees at a time until the bucket quietly overflows. Your social feeds are a theater of curated lifestyle where everything looks easy and everyone looks upgraded. None of this means you're careless. It means your environment is optimized to pull you off plan, especially if you don't yet have a plan. Without a coherent system, the strong gravity of convenience wins every week. Here's how the story usually plays out for smart, hardworking professionals. Income rises and with it the expectation that stress will fall. But the new salary arrives already promised, to a nicer apartment, to a phone that finally does it all, to school fees, to MS written in a moment of optimism, to 5 subscriptions you intended to try and forgot to cancel. A budgeting app appears on the 1st of the month and disappears by the 4th because it scolds your real life. A couple of sips come in randomly because someone said it's good to start, so you start, but you never connect them to a goal or a time horizon, so they float like boats without destination. Insurance enters through urgent corridors. Tax season, friend from college, HR said, instead of arriving as part of a deliberate protection plan. You are doing responsible things in isolation, but isolation is precisely why the anxiety doesn't leave. Lifestyle inflation does not announce itself. It shows up as, I deserve it, and it's only 499 rupees. It isn't wrong to enjoy what you earn. It's wrong to pretend that enjoyment is free of trade-offs. In your head there's a version of life where income increases, spending stays reasonable, investing grows quietly, and protection stands ready if life throws a curveball. In your calendar there's a version of life where deadlines and fatigue make micro decisions that slowly reshape the month. Without a system that translates your best intentions into weekly moves, the calendar wins. And when the calendar keeps winning, the stress hum never stops. The scattered investing part is particularly sneaky because it feels like virtue. You have SIPs, maybe a debt fund, some equity exposure, a little gold, perhaps a small real estate plan, and an FD or two for peace of mind. None of that is bad. But if those choices are not mapped to a 5-year destination and time buckets, they will fight each other and confuse you. You'll be overweight where your risk appetite is low, underweight where compounding needs time, and unprotected where a single crisis can erase 3 years of progress. You don't need a hot tip, you need a clean map. The 4 pillars from my book exist because money isn't one problem. Expenses, income, investment, protection, each is a leg of the same table. When even one leg wobbles, the whole meal gets tense. The digital era adds one more twist: comparison. In your parents' world, you compared with 5 neighbors and 2 cousins. Today you compare with 500 avatars you don't know. That pressure translates straight into purchases that aren't you. Meanwhile, the genuinely important tasks, setting an emergency fund, reviewing insurance, aligning investments with goals, don't give dopamine. They give calm, which arrives slowly, so you postpone them. The loud things get done, the important things get delayed. This is why intelligent people stay stuck. The system they live in rewards quick hits and punishes quiet design. I want to say this directly, because shame is a terrible coach. If you recognized yourself in any part of that story, it doesn't make you irresponsible, it makes you normal. The problem isn't your character, it's your architecture. You've been trying to win a team sport with solo drills. A budgeting app is a drill. A SEEP is a drill. A tax-saving purchase is a drill. None of them are the team. The team is the 5-phase flow. Reset mindset so decisions stop feeling adversarial. Master expenses with context, not guilt. Expand income so you are not trying to save your way to freedom on a shrinking base. Invest strategically by time horizon instead of headlines. And protect with buffers, debt hygiene, and insurance so shocks don't blow holes in the boat. When the team plays in order, your month stops contradicting itself. Let me give you one vignette that collapses the problem into a single image. Imagine two pipes feeding your future. Pipe 1 is your income minus expenses, pipe 2 is compounding. If lifestyle keeps expanding to exactly match income, pipe 1 never builds pressure. If you invest without a goal map, pipe 2 sprays in all directions. If you're uninsured or underinsured, any health or job shock kicks a hole in the tank. You are not failing, your pipes aren't connected. And when they finally connect in sequence, the stress dial moves down before the net worth dial moves up. You feel the relief first. Then the numbers improve. We are going to change this arc, starting today, by doing two simple things well. First, we will tell the truth on paper. You'll write what money has meant so far, and you'll rewrite what you wanted to do next. You'll list where you stand without drama, because numbers don't need adjectives. You'll name your values so your spends have a referee and your goals have a judge. Second, we will install rhythm. You'll act on a 30-day plan in day 2 that respects school runs, deadlines, and fatigue. You'll build a 90-day runway in day 3 that doesn't depend on motivation. This isn't performance, it's posture. And posture is what carries you 5 years without back pain. Before we close this module, take your workbook and find the prompt at the bottom of the page. I want you to write a few honest lines answering a simple question: which part of my story felt most like your current life? Maybe it was the M's that looked small and now feel heavy. Maybe it was the credit card that promised points and delivered revolving interest. Maybe it was the random sips that never connected to anything real. Maybe it was the money conversation at home that keeps getting postponed until both of you are too tired to be kind. Put it down exactly as it is. This isn't a performance review, it's a mirror. If you need a minute, pause me and write. Right beneath those lines, you'll see a tiny checklist. Tick anything that applies right now without overthinking. If M's are crowding the month, tick it. If credit cards create stress or carry forward, tick it. If you have investments you don't fully understand or couldn't explain to a friend in one sentence, tick random sips. If money fights or tense conversations happen more often than you'd like, tick that too. This is not a legal statement, it's a signal map. The more honest the ticks, the cleaner tomorrow's plan becomes. When you're done, look at what you wrote and notice something important. Nowhere did you need a new product to tell the truth. You needed 30 quiet seconds and a pen. Awareness is what ends autopilot. And once autopilot ends, the next small decision becomes visible. In the very next module, we'll install a definition of money that removes shame and gives you immediate control. After that, we'll start turning definition into daily clarity. For now, close the workbook, take a breath, and acknowledge the most powerful thing you've done today. You stop to see your real life without excuses. That is where change begins.